Hello and welcome. So in this video, I want to talk to you about swollen feet during pregnancy, what you can do to relieve it, some really simple yoga poses that you can include in your day every day, calm down those swollen feet and ankles, or cankles as we sometimes like to call them, to help you feel a little bit more comfortable. So these are things that I used to help relieve these symptoms towards the end of my 3 full-term pregnancies, and what I used during my pregnancy yoga classes in the studio. I know that they'll help you as well. If you are brand new to my channel, welcome. My name is Bettina Ray. I'm a yoga teacher. I specialize in yoga for pregnancy and fertility and birth and early motherhood. I have 3 beautiful boys of my own, and I can't wait to practice with you. So the first thing you should be aware of if you are getting really swollen feet and ankles is, of course, make sure you check with your healthcare provider. So whether that is your midwife or your doctor, to make sure that the swelling isn't a sign of something more serious for you or for bub. If you've gotten the all clear and it is just that regular, your body is doing a lot of extra work, it's got a lot of extra blood pumping around it, and by the end of the day, whether you've been on your feet or maybe just sitting in a chair all day, all that fluid is pooling in your legs, then the most important thing you can do is up your water content, which sounds crazy, I know. You're thinking, I'm full of water and fluid, why would I drink more? But the body is holding on to it, possibly because it feels like it's not getting enough. So you really want to flush it all out and get as much water into your body as you can. So trying to drink at least 2 liters of water every day is really going to help to calm down that swelling a little bit and let your body do its natural detoxification. I can't even say that word. Natural detoxification process by itself. So obviously just some basic little life tips that you can do is, where possible, try to get your feet up. So if you're sitting down on the couch, can you elevate your feet a little bit higher than your actual body? If you're on a seat at work, can you get a little footstool that you can put your feet up on? Obviously staying off your feet for long periods of time is also going to help. So where you can, ask for a little seat or stool. But on the other hand, also not sitting down for long periods of time as well. So if you're sitting all day, going for a walk and getting that blood circulating on your lunch break can be a really good way to get everything moving so that you're not finding it's all pulling in your legs by the end of the day. All right, with those few things being said, let's get into a few little yoga poses that you can do at the end of your day to help relieve those swollen feet and ankles. All right, so the first thing that you can do is just really gentle ankle rolls. So just starting to bring some movement to the ankles is going to start getting the blood pumping and help start to move on the fluid that is pooling there. So I would just take both legs out straight and just start taking some really gentle rolls around one way and then rolling them in the opposite direction. Even drawing the toes back towards you and then straightening them out. So just starting to get a little bit of movement into the feet. So again, you could do this if you're sitting all day in an office chair. You could just try and remind yourself to do this every couple of hours so your feet just aren't staying still all day and getting that fluid pooling there. Another thing that you can do is just some gentle massage. So just bending the leg up, which is also going to give you a beautiful little hip stretch, and just gently massaging into the calves. You could probably also ask your partner or your husband to do this at the end of the day as well. Always feels much nicer when someone else does it. Massaging into the feet. So just getting everything moving. Feel free to be reasonably hard with your pressure. So you don't want to be too gentle. You want to actually get in there and get everything moving. And then going to the opposite side. And just gently massaging the calves, the ankles, and the foot on this side as well. So the next thing that I'd get you to be doing is bringing the feet in towards each other and just gently butterflying the legs. So for some people, if your hips are really tight, your knees are going to be up really high, and that's fine. Just gently butterfly them here. If they are quite open, you've obviously got a little bit more space for movement. Again, it's just getting circulation going through the inner thigh, through the legs. It's engaging these inner thigh muscles as you gently kind of bounce those knees. And the feet are getting some movement as well. Taking the legs out in front of you and just giving both legs a bit of a shake. All right, and now here is the gold standard pose if you've got swollen feet and ankles. It is legs up the wall. So the best thing you can do to get your legs up the wall is to take your hip right up against the wall. If you're in your 3rd trimester and are really big and uncomfortable now, legs up the wall is actually quite difficult to get into. So in that case, I'd just be getting a bolster lying yourself down, doing a little bit of a shuffle to get those hips up on it, and bringing the feet up and just laying like this. So if this isn't comfortable, just go to the regular old feet up on the couch and get yourself as comfortable as you can with cushions. If you do feel okay and able to take those legs up, either working on the bolster or, if you like, coming into that, honestly, the best pose in yoga, really, legs up the wall. So you want to bring your hip right up against the wall so that you can swing. Bring the feet up and do a little shuffle so that your bottom is right up against the wall. Draw the toes back towards you, press the legs into the wall, release the hands out to the side or bring them onto your belly, and just breathe deeply here. So what this pose is doing is directing the blood in the opposite direction. So it's starting to bring it down from the feet, starting to move everything around. This is going to be great to relieve the swelling in the legs, but also to get the oxygen in your body circulating, the blood circulating. It's a beautiful calming pose as well, quite grounding. So if you're feeling any anxiety or stress around your pregnancy, this one is going to be perfect. Stay here for as long as you feel comfortable. So I'd suggest about 5 minutes if you're comfortable. And then when you're ready to, you can bring the feet down and just let the knees fall apart here. Such a gentle stretch through the inner thigh. And then when you're ready, slowly coming back to one side, maybe taking a moment here to rest before you bring yourself all the way back up. Remembering when you're pregnant, your blood pressure is changing, so you may feel a little bit dizzy going from lying to sitting. You don't want to rush that movement. All right, so there are some really simple pregnancy suitable poses that you can do if you're getting really swollen ankles and feet, especially towards the later stages of your pregnancy where your body is getting quite heavy and your feet are having to do all the work carrying them around. This can be really helpful. If you enjoyed this video, I would love to ask you to give me a thumbs up. And if you are practicing this yoga class and you're pregnant, I'd love to know how many weeks you are. And if you have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments as well. If you would like more yoga for pregnancy and for birth, check out my free Yoga for Pregnancy and Birth guide. I'll put a link below this video. If you want to jump straight into my online community, I have an online yoga circle where I share lots of classes for pregnancy and for birth and for early motherhood, so you might be interested in those as well. Thank you. Thank you again for joining me today. Please keep in touch on socials. I would love to hear when your beautiful baby arrives.